notes. Okay, I'm ready to be a leader. Tell me what I should do. The minute you get into a place where you say, tell me what to do, I'm ready to be a leader, you're in trouble. You're a part of a herd. Herds run with tribes. Do you know this? The herd has to exist for the tribe to subsist. Somebody wants to play in the herd, and there's all kinds of people that want to be in the herd. There's just not a whole lot of people that want to put up the teepees. Not too many tribal leaders that want to set the council. Because to be in a tribe requires you to show up differently than being in a herd. Being in a herd, you pitch product. Being in a herd, you argue about being right about your comp plans. You talk about the history and your founders, and you tell the dream the way it's always been told. Here's what I'm telling you, guys. It's not working. To the masses, they don't see this yet. To the movement underneath this, who knows the statistics of what's really happening in the speaking and selling world on all products, in all industries right now, everything is tanking, and the old models are being thrown in the garbage can. There's a reason why myself and my business partner are being brought into the quote-unquote trainers of the trainers on the platform stage, because what we're doing here, we can teach you to do. But it requires you to be absolutely certain in who? Trust me. There were years ago, I would have just ignored the conversation. And it wouldn't have been about you. Who would it have been about? Because I would have doubted myself. It would have created all kinds of fear and anxiety for me to love you enough to connect with you. My greatest friends are the ones who wanted to beat me up in the first 5 minutes they knew me.
Thank you.
That's why you and I are going to be deeply committed, right?
Thanks for loving me.
But here's the thing, in that space, will you turn now and will you be in a different space of power today and the rest of the day and next week? And when you have a conversation, might you see that same pattern show up for somebody else? Here's the cool thing, guys. The quicker you experience your crap, the quicker you see it in other people. When you don't see it in yourself, you call them your friends. Because you're both in the same crap. You're like, okay. And you totally are oblivious that everyone else sees it, and you're like, yeah, we got to figure it out. Everyone else sees your crap, but you don't. Then you see it, and the first time you come over here, and you're like, oh, that stinks. I was sitting in that. That's retarded. Why was I doing that? Oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, naturally, what becomes your desire? Help everybody out of the crap. You're like, dude, you're eating crap. That sucks. It's way better over here. I'm not kidding you. It tastes really good. We never had it. We didn't even know it existed. Seriously, just try it. No. We got the best crap in town. We got the best crap in town. We got the best product in town. We got the best crap, man. I'm telling you, it's the best crap. If you'll just eat it long enough, it'll taste good. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wow, I saw the light. It's what we call awakening, being reborn, or to lose oneself in order to find oneself. It's getting over your crap and being willing to show up in power, and then loving people enough in your tribe to make an impact on their life. Bruce and I sat for 20 minutes. Part of the story he didn't share with you. I didn't talk about my business. I didn't talk about my product. I didn't talk about what we'd done. I didn't give you a big biohistory list. Doug was right there. I walked in and I sat down. And Bruce, in his really still way, about yourself. It's about how I started. And then I shared for 20 minutes, and within 20 minutes, I shoved a crowbar in his spokes. And Bruce was totally shaken a bit by it for a second, but he's such a composed, powerful CEO, which you need, that even when you think nothing's going on, he's managing 90% of the stress that your organization's dealing with. The chaos inside. It's why he's such a phenomenal leader for you. I'm like a rogue tribal leader. Like, I run with a small pack and we just hunt things. You don't want a guy like me running. I want a guy like Bruce running my tribe. I'm like the scout team. We go out and we just take on other. We're like the Spartan 300. That's what we do. Yeah, that didn't turn out so well in the end, but our legacy lived on. And they made workout programs about our abs. So anyways, okay. Here's a space. So at the end of it, in 20 minutes, Bruce looked at me and Bruce said the following. I'm sharing this with you. Hopefully Bruce is okay with it. Heaven knows every topic's open for me. But here's the thing he said. He said, Garrett, here's what's coming up for me in my mind is, I don't know what you're offering or what you do, but I already want it. I want my people to have it. Whatever it is, I'm not even sure what it is. And how much is it going to cost us? And I said, well, we can talk about that. And then I came back and I spent an hour with Doug. And did we talk about McCullough's juice or the comp plans or anything? Did we do? No? I didn't show you some Jedi manipulative way to get people in the structure and how to say the right things like, friend, I really trust your experience in business. You've got a long history in it, and I'd really like your feedback on this new opportunity I'm looking at. Could you come check it out? Trust me, people have already been saying that one long enough, and the other 100 that go with it, and the little packed up CDs from all the old school guys. The stuff used to work, and don't work anymore. So in that space, then I sat with Doug, and Doug at the end of it, do we have a spiritual bond now?
Yeah.
Dude, you're my brother, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce got the same connection. Yeah. And what's fun is Doug, I'm sitting there, I'm chatting with him on text, and we're like talking about his date night with his wife, and I'm like, bro, okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to learn what it is to be present to your wife all night long. Just be present and experience her for the divine goddess that she is. Don't have any of the conversation be about you. And how did that turn out?
That's personal, man.
What we can know is that by the results, whatever we did worked. It wasn't right or wrong, it worked, right? All right, buddy. It was good. It was what we call productive.
Can you text me tonight?
Yeah. Anybody want me on the Friday night text? I'm happy to get you in on that one. Okay. So here's the deal then, in that whole space though, and what Bruce was experiencing is and Doug was buying who? Stock in what company?
Ourselves.
Business of Garrett J. White. That's what you were buying.
What I love is too is that you're so authentic to you. You don't try to be like the other guys, and that's what I love about him is when I felt him, who he was, he didn't have to be more outgoing for me to be drawn to that. He just needed to be him. And that, I think that sometimes we think we have to try to be everybody else because we see them, okay, he's successful, so I need to be that person. It's like, no, you need to be you. When you are true to your core, that naturally attracts people. And they want to figure out how you're so true to you, and they want to be that, but what they really want to be is themselves.
And in that space, Bruce and I can show up and be completely contrastingly different men in front leading. And yet, if Bruce is true to him, does he create certainty? Yes. Just like Jeff did. You created certainty, my friend. Vulnerability and authenticity create certainty, and certainty is something that everyone is buying. It's the only reason they buy anything. It's the reason why they're coming to play with you guys. They want to feel more certain. They want certainty in their life. It's why they have children, they get married, they do different things. They join this church, they drop out of this church, they join this church, they join this business, they drop out of that business, they do this diet, they drop out of that diet, losing weight, having marital happiness. All of this is about getting to certainty. Yes?
Vulnerability and what equals certainty?
Vulnerability and authenticity. Like, for example, it's been real interesting because a lot of people tell me I should do and be different things. Like, dude, Garrett, you got to be really careful about what you're saying. Garrett, some of the language that you use, it doesn't really work. And I say, no, it doesn't work for you. I totally get that. But for the other 98% of the people that I connect with on a day-to-day basis, it's really useful. And because the 2% are so loud, usually we squander and we stop being authentic. Because the 2% are really loud.